Good day, good people. Once again, you've got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. As always, I am your Uncle John, your elder who knows too damn much about TV, movies, comic books, sci-fi, all types of stuff that really doesn't matter in the real world. And I am joined today, blah blah, with the lovely Auntie Amayou. Hey, Auntie Amayou.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, now, all right, giving you all that you wanted for and a whole lot more.
Oh, okay. Now, before we get started, okay, I gotta explain this nail because I know somebody gonna see it and be like, why your nail look like that?" Okay, so what had happened was I was at the gym and I broke my real nail and it was bleeding. So I only have 9 nails. That's all. It's not that long of a story. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you for explaining that to us. I'm sure you had the all of our zero viewers riveted with that story, and we appreciate the explanation. Just make sure next time before you come on air that you are ready and prepared physically and emotionally.
I
All right.
will. I'll have 10 nails next time.
Okay, get it
I
together.
promise.
And today, behind the ones and twos, we have Uncle Roy uh, producing our show today. Hi, Uncle Roy. And because Uncle Roy produces 7 or 8 different shows at a time, he'll probably just be lurking in the shadows until I say something derogatory about Star Wars, in which case he will jump out of the closet and give me what for. Yeah.
Hold on, not
So
the closet though. Not the closet.
should I have not said the closet?
Jump
Well,
out of the back seat. Let's say
he'll
that.
be jump out the back seat. Okay, sure. Because that sounds a whole lot better than the closet. So before we go any further, and it's amazing. Roy produces the show, and we came on, damn it, at 8:30 on the damn dot. So
Okay, was not no playing around today. No
Roy
silly
wasn't joking.
time.
He's like, y'all gonna get on this damn show. Today I would be remiss, and Auntie Amayou probably has no opinion on this particular subject, but I am a lifelong Chicago Bears fan. And for half of my existence, I have been tortured by a young man who played for the Green Bay Packers by the name of Aaron Rodgers. Well, this past season, Aaron Rodgers was traded to the New York Jets. And the New York Jets, for those of you who aren't familiar with sports, the New York Jets this year were positioned for a Super Bowl run because they had a strong defense, they have a pretty solid wide receiving core, and they were poised to stand atop the mountain that is the NFL as the eventual champions because they were adding an all-pro NFL superstar in Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
This past week was the first game of this current NFL season. And
Okay.
we all waited with bated breath as Aaron Rodgers took a snap, was under center, and took snaps for the New York Jets.
Okay.
4 plays into the game, Aaron Rodgers pulled his Achilles.
Oh.
Yes. Uncle Percy, I'll get to you in one moment. And as a lifelong Chicago Bears fan, and Aaron Rodgers has tortured us for all these years, I have the one thing to say.
Uh-oh. That's not right.
To hell with you, Aaron Rodgers, and to hell with your old busted old ass Achilles. Carry your monkey ass on. That's what your ugly ass get. But I'm sorry,
Okay.
I don't take any joy in another man's pain or suffering. But Aaron Rodgers kissed my ass, and I think my wishes are shared amongst our compatriots who are just now joining us. Uncle DJay, the red bone assassin, and calling from the booty chair, Uncle Percy. How are you, gentlemen?
Did I just miss the I would be remiss?
Oh, we're still knee deep in it because I'm gonna milk this shit for all I can.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything
Here.
that you would like to say, Uncle DJay?
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a mighty
That-
fuck you to Aaron Rodgers. Anything you'd like to add,
that is-
Uncle Percy?
that is all.
I would like to say my total sympathy to the entire New York Jets. I feel so sorry for them. Oh my God. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, I feel I'm so sad. I'm so sad.
And he's in politics.
Whoa! That motherfucker kissed my black ass too. 30
Yes.
years, 30 years, 30 years of Green Bay kicking ass, even though, damn, we lost.
It wasn't him the entire 30 years, but
Well, 30 years, well, between.
it was a long,
It's
it's been a long ass time. Now,
It's a long ass time.
now we still lost to the Packers on Sunday with our dumb asses, but you know the future is still looking bright, and it is. I'm going to be optimistic with this, but
That's right.
Aaron Rodgers, and this is no slight on Aaron Rodgers because he is a Hall of Fame talent and one of the best quarterbacks I've ever witnessed play in my life. But at the end of the day, I truly no, for real, man. You can't deny his talent, but I can understand in the 90s how New York Knicks fans, Cleveland Cavalier fans, Utah Jazz fans, Miami Heat fans, how all they felt about.
Whoa! Stop right there.
Let me finish
Don't
what I'm
even-
saying. I understand how they felt about Michael Jordan kicking their
I
ass,
knew you was gonna do that shit.
kicking their ass all the
That's a
time
false
because he
comparison.
was not.
That is a
He was.
false comparison.
There was no getting past the Bulls and Jordan and Pippen with Michael Jordan.
I kind of disagree.
Really?
Thank you.
Explain
I
to me
very
why.
disagree.
Explain to me why.
I think it's more. I think it was more of Detroit kicking our ass before Michael Jordan get over that hump.
I like that better. I like that better. Much better.
How so? How is that? How do they differ?
Because when Michael Jordan was there, their thing was trying to get over the hump. Detroit always stopped him, always. And then he brought in Scotty, and then all of a sudden they started to beat Detroit. I think that's kind of similarity of what we're going through. The Bears are going through that the Bulls went through first, and I think that's more a comparison than Mike after the fact and the repeats and the six rings where he just kept kicking the ass after that fact. I'm just saying.
Well, he kept kicking everybody's ass.
Right.
You cannot put Aaron in the same fucking category with a man that was kicking everybody's ass. Aaron got how many rings? 1, maybe 2?
No, that's true. That's
okay. So he's not in the same stratosphere. You know, he was kicking our ass, but he wasn't kicking everybody's ass.
Y'all on the meat riding Michael Jordan train. Okay, I get it. I understand. I'm not even trying to.
Okay.
It's just.
I'm sorry. Didn't you bring this shit up?
It's just facts, though. I mean, as far as the rings and whatnot, I'm just saying.
It's facts, though, as far as MJ is concerned. But also, somebody who don't claim Chicago anymore seems to be riding just fine from down there in the South.
Okay, first of all, if we're talking about facts, the fact that you're talking about somebody not claiming Chicago anymore, nigga, I'm Chicago all day. Don't ever get that twisted. Yeah, that's that light skin privilege working its way in there now. You can put that away. Put your light skin. Then. Stop. Turn your light down a little bit so you won't be so bright.
How we meet riding MJ, motherfucker? That's our birthright.
No, I'm saying that one man was denying us. One man was just beating our ass on a regular basis, and I'm saying
I get it, but
that one man that's the comparison of the one man whooping on somebody else is like every team in the East couldn't get past him. The only way in the 90s, the only way they got past him is when he retired. Well, retired was forced out, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But one person, I'm talking about one person dominating in terms of championships, yes. Aaron Rodgers can't compare to Jordan. But Aaron Rodgers is still a Hall of Fame.
Okay, compare Aaron to Wilt Chamberlain or something. It's like, well, Wilt Chamberlain's whooping everybody's ass on the West Coast. They couldn't get past his ass. He was blocking his shot all day. But he wasn't winning championships every year.
I'm comparing the whole team side of it.
Okay.
Green Bay.
Right. I get that.
Green Bay kicks the Bears as to Detroit used to kick the Bulls until You got that
The
piece.
Bulls.
Okay.
Right.
Piece.
Okay.
And then he
Right.
took over, and then that's the analogy I'm going with.
Okay, I
There
got
you
you.
go.
I'm sorry, the light skin got in the way of me accepting that point. So moving on, Ahsoka, episode 5.
I'm not
Sorry,
I'm
if you can't hear this, teeth suck loud enough, let me suck that tooth a little bit.
We're not finished
louder.
with this conversation yet. Now, hold on. Now,
You said what now?
we're not finished with this conversation.
God damn.
Yeah,
Okay, what else you got to
Aaron
say?
deserves a little bit more hate.
I thought
Hate.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna milk this.
No, first of all, I'm not going to milk anything. And second, I'm done with the subject. I just wanted to get a good laugh out there on the interwebs.
Yeah,
Because
so I just
Go
want to
ahead.
ask a question: who do you think is going to replace him?
Who, Aaron Rodgers? Oh, as a Bears
No, as
ass kicker?
yeah. I mean, no, we already know Love.
Wow.
How you gonna do that to us?
See, I told you.
That's
the ATL shit, I'm telling you.
Okay, so as a realistic now let's get this out in the open. As a realistic Bears fan, I suffer PTSD because I want them to succeed. I was so amped for this season to start, and then to be let down like I was let down. They weren't ready emotionally, they weren't ready physically. The game plan sucked, and then the coaches did not come along and make any kind of changes over halftime, whereas the Packers coaches did. And the lead expanded, it became a blowout. My thing is, I love me some Chicago Bears, but these motherfuckers let me down. So now I'm expecting them to let me down. If it's something that I'm always looking at it as a glass half empty. Yeah, glass half empty. Because if they surprise me and are good, it's fantastic. Take last year. We beat the 49ers the first game of the season and stunk up the place the rest of the season. That could change. This one game is not a season bait. I got you. But I'm not expecting it, because if I expect it and I'm disappointed, I'll be mad. Mm-hmm. I prefer to look at it as, okay, yeah, they suck, as opposed to, oh, they might still be okay. That way I'm not disappointed.
Okay. Let light skin get in that ass for a minute.
No, thank you.
Pause. But
okay, Rod.
With that analogy right there, that's exactly what a motherfucking Bears fan is. You just got down to the nitty gritty nub of it. You know what I'm saying? That one game, that 49ers game, or that one Green Bay game that we beat in the season. We live on that shit forever. It's just like being out in the desert, you know, and you find that one little and you get it, and you good, you know, or you know, you like one of them dudes, you ain't had none, you know, you grumpy old nerd, you know, and you, well, anyway. So what I'm saying is, being a Bears fan, ever since the beginning, we ain't win shit. We always sucked. Bob Avellini sucked. You know, Vince Evans sucked. I mean, we sucked. But we got the number one R&B of all time. You know what I'm saying? On the Billboard. Walter Payton. You know what I'm saying? The number one R&B. You know, we got.
He said number one R&B. I'm like,
yeah, that's right. You know,
what song is that?
You know, we got the 85 Bears. How long we been living on the 85 Bears, and how long did it take us to get there? You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be living on them until we win another Super Bowl.
So we live for that shit. So, you know, if you a Bears fan, real Bears fan, from the way back, from the beginning, you know shit gonna be fucked up until it ain't. And so you ride and die with that shit, because I'm sorry, you can't rep the 85 Bears happily, proudly, if you can't rep all them other years that we fucking suck. That's the proud shit right there. So I roll with that shit.
Okay. All right. So are we done with this, or are we going to continue to beat this dead horse?
No, I think we're done with it. I think because you know, we kind of sucked Sunday real bad, and I'm not sure what we're gonna do this year, but I'm hoping for better things. But I'm there to the end.
Okay,
absolutely. To the fat bitch sing. I'm there. I'm sorry, Mayu. My bad.
Hey, I'm not.
Not. I would say you was. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh my God. Okay, so can we move along now? Are we good? Hey, real quick.
Yeah, we
Amayou,
move along.
Do you watch football at all?
Okay, so my team also sucks.
Who's your team?
Lions. So
The who?
I do.
Did you say the Lions?
Yeah.
They're good this year.
She wins.
We ain't never seen no parts in no Super Bowl.
No,
Like,
you haven't.
Ever.
She
right.
won.
So I know.
Yeah, she won.
Yeah.
So I watch
she
whenever they're
wins.
playing, but I'm not like a fan. Not like that.
A fan. Okay, but if they prove to be pretty good this year, you all in, right?
Let's rock out. Not gonna hold my breath though.
I rock two teams, so.
Well, we know that, but
yeah.
but Amayou, if and it's a big if, but if they get there, you gonna rock that shit for the rest of your life, right?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Okay, so yes, I think we have succeeded in beating this horse that's already been dead. I'm gonna switch it up because I was gonna talk about something else, but I want to talk about this now. The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon.
Oh,
so, so I was a diehard Walking Dead fan, and to show you how diehard a fan I was, I collected the comic books as well, all the way up until the end. And I was all in when they decided to make this adaptation, a TV show. And I think the only person who really is as big a fan on this show of the show is
these motherfuckers down here because
they've totally checked out. One isn't even on the screen anymore, and Percy's playing his fucking tablet.
I'm watching the football game. Don't mind me. I'm watching.
Oh, okay, my man. I understand.
The mutation. Can you mute?
So, in the years since The Walking Dead premiered, I have to say that I am no longer that diehard Walking Dead fan because I feel that the property has become so diluted that it's just, what else new can they show us? A story like this is supposed to progress and change and shift and keep us interested and keep us riveted. Yeah. And I think after season 5 of The Walking Dead, the original, the OG, I think I kind of lost it because it became way too damn chatty. What was season 5, Amayou?
I don't know, but I know 8 was when Negan got there, and that's when it lost a lot of people.
Yeah, because it's just like, okay, what's really going on? So you had.
Wait a minute, was it 8? It took 8 to get to Negan?
No, it didn't. Negan didn't get there in season 8.
Sure? I'm about to say that had to be 5.
Do my research.
Because I stuck around until Negan, and then I was gone.
6 maybe.
Hold on, I'm about to look right
5
now.
or 6, but Negan had to come there before that because I didn't stick around for no damn 8 years at all.
Because, okay, here's the thing. When Negan came on, so Negan came on after the governor. The governor was the first real big bad that was charismatic. Mm-hmm. And then there was Negan.
Oops, sorry.
Season 6, I believe. Season 6. So, okay. I stuck around for 6 seasons of The Walking Dead. And then it jumped the shark and started going downhill. Then you had Fear the Walking Dead. And then you had, what was the other one with the kids, Amayou?
Beyond.
Beyond the Walking Dead. So not only having an utter lack of imagination with these titles of these shows, it was just repetitive. It was the same thing after same thing after same thing. And people became, it was, we're so stuck here in zombie land, but we don't call them zombies, but we have to find something new for everybody to call them. So then they're walkers, then they're laborers, and they're just fighters. Then they're like, what the fuck ever. So
then they were union.
Right, union workers. And then we had, so here recently we had Walking Dead, Dead City in New York. Okay.
Wait, you forgot one before we get to Dead City.
Who did I forget?
Tales of the Walking
Dead. Oh, yeah, the anthology series, which was
I actually like that. I like the fact that it was standalone and that you could enjoy it just an episode, even if you weren't like a a fan of the
Wasn't
original.
that the one with Clarence Williams III, where it's like the shit? No, sorry.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you talking about, brother. But I mean, it was entertaining.
Somebody
listening
out
to
there
for
realized
sure.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was a
Type
deep
in
cut
the
pop culture reference,
It was a deep cut.
that so deep none of us got it. So now we're at
Dead City.
Fear the Dead. No, not Dead City. Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead. Daryl Dixon. And I said, okay, maybe if there's a change of scenery, maybe if you just take one character, because Daryl is a fairly interesting character.
Yeah.
Although, he's super zombie killer guy. You change a setting and you throw him across the ocean in France. He doesn't know how he got there. He's trying to get back. And, and you pair him with these warrior nuns or whatever the fuck that they are.
Wow.
Yeah, I would like to hear from our resident Walking Dead savant, our Walking Dead guru, the person who, no matter what happens, this person will ride or die, pun intended, with the Walking Dead until it just goes completely off the rails, and even then she'll just be like, give him another chance.
Yeah.
So Amayu, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, your reaction after the first episode.
Okay. Knowing that it's going to have to build, knowing that, keeping that in mind, and that it's not just a standalone episode, I feel like they did a good job for setting up the first episode and us to, see what happens on the next episode. However, okay, I was first thrown when he was on a boat. Okay, spoiler alert, it's going to be some spoilers. So I was like, why is he on the boat? Oh my God. That's what I was thinking. But that didn't last for long. And then the storyline is not really giving. It's not. The little boy, the little savior boy, like
the Messiah.
Boy, bye. And then
Bum.
But you know what? I'll be there next Sunday. So
so
what can I say? Because I gotta find out what happens.
So okay. I'm gonna surprise you with this, okay?
There you go.
I was intrigued.
About what part?
Oh wow! I expected you to be happy the fact that I was intrigued by this, but you just like whatever, Nick. No, okay. So yes, it's the same fucking trope of The Walking Dead. Yes, we spoil shit on this show. So if you wanted to enjoy it spoiler free, please feel free to come back and view this video later. But he shows up, and it's the same trope of Daryl wandering through the wilderness. Okay, we know he's everybody's wildlife king, and he's drinking water out of sketchy receptacles. I'm just like, is that something you really want to do? He's taking medicine from, empty boats. When he walked into the warehouse, and Amayu, I don't know if you remember this. When he walked into the warehouse, I knew there were going to be zombies that would come out and attack. So if you've been this long into a zombie apocalypse, right? And at this point, they've been going through this for like 20 years. Forgive the eclipse that has just come over.
Sorry.
It was an eclipse. You didn't know tonight there was going to be an eclipse. But if you walking into a warehouse, an empty warehouse, right? The first thing you do, I'm gonna bang on some walls. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna keep my back against the wall because I know that zombies could come out of everywhere. And if I'm in the middle of the fucking room, forget the eclipse again. If I'm in the middle of the fucking room, and then if zombies come out, I could very well be surrounded. You mean to tell me that this motherfucker still doesn't know that shit 20 years into the apocalypse? Dumbass. So now we have the introduction of burners. Guess what burners do? Bueller.
Burn?
Bueller. When they touch you, it burns.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, walkers.
Why do they burn
a couple of chicks like that?
That's a different show, Uncle DJ.
That was fantastic, DJ. Thank you. That was great. But other than that, when you introduce something so radically different from the regular storyline that just really doesn't make sense, that reeks of desperation. That reeks of lazy writing. What can the zombies do that people will actually care? And there's a new threat of danger when zombies show up. How about when they touch you, it burns? Hey, that's a good idea. No, what the fuck? So now, in my mind, if we're looking at the history of the zombie apocalypse, any fluid transferal from the zombie to you turns you into a zombie, right? But no, they burn you, but you don't die and you don't turn into a zombie. So what the fuck? What's the point?
Yeah, that was very questionable. I spit, sorry. Don't say nothing, DJay. Don't say
it burns. It burns.
That was very questionable when I saw that, because I was like, wait, is he gonna turn now because he just got burned? And I was like, okay, well, clearly not. I'm taking his label off because I ain't getting no free advertisement from me. But yeah, I was like, okay. And so I was just waiting to see what was gonna happen. And also, did they explain why because the nun lady, she said that, yeah, we call them something, but did she explain why they got this magical burning skin?
No.
Okay, I guess we'll find that out on a future episode.
And it's just like, okay, you all are really just, at this point, they're reaching for this shit. And I truly, I want the show to be good. Like I said, I was intrigued. I ain't gonna lie, the whole little kid Messiah thing has me intrigued. Okay. And then once you start, also for a show that didn't have shit to do with any kind of mystical or prophecies or some shit before, all of a sudden, this kid's the Messiah. And you have to get him from point A to point B, but it's treacherous. The road is treacherous.
That must have been the Trump years.
The road to the promised land is wrought with danger and intrigue. Okay, we get it. You got to get the little
Walking Dead great again.
You got to get the little kid to somewhere to some boat to send him somewhere. Say it again, Percy.
Isn't it sound like another show we just
watched? The Last of Us. It's giving the Last of Us.
That's and if you read any of the online criticism, it's literally this show is a French The Last of Us. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And I know when The Last of Us came out, the writers for this show were just like, "Fuck." they took this
and then they ran with
it. Yeah. And so it's. But I will say, of all the Walking Dead shows I've seen, because I've watched a little bit of Fear the Walking Dead, not enough to be emotionally invested. I didn't watch Beyond the Walking Dead. I didn't watch any of the Walking Dead anthology shit, just because I'm not interested in that bullshit. But this show, I'm actually curious to see where they go. I'll be there.
Also, there is one thing I'm trying to remember which show it was at the end of, because that place that Daryl walked into, that warehouse or whatever, it looked like a scene from one of the other spinoff shows.
Really?
So I don't know if it was supposed to if it's actually supposed to be that place or a spinoff. But that, or if it was just a coincidence. But the spinoff one where that happened, the walkers were a little more involved. They were like running and like banging into stuff.
Really?
Right. I'll see if I can find that clip and I'll shoot it to you in the DMs. Like that.
Should be sliding into our DMs, gentlemen.
The location manager just forgot. Damn, we used that place already.
Could be.
And they had some other extras, that had a little bit more energy,
Now, here's something else that I noticed that probably nobody else noticed, and it was probably just my imagination. When Daryl, was in the tub convalescing, and the nun was wiping him down.
Mm-hmm.
When he was looking around the room, on a mantle, there were pictures of different things.
Uh-huh.
It looked like, and I don't know if any of you watched the TV show Lost.
I did. That thing from Lost, that symbol from
the Dharma Initiative.
Dharma.
Yeah,
okay.
It looked like there was a Dharma Initiative.
So they had a little Easter egg in there for you.
Right. I was just like, okay, so what are they trying to say? But,
right.
It could have been just some bullshit. But it did. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
then that was an Easter egg. That when they do shit like that, and you ain't the only one. I mean, you could be the only one, but when there's at least a couple more people that was like, I saw that shit. Yeah, that was something they threw in there. They thought they was being cool.
Okay. All right. Well, now that we've destroyed that entire franchise.
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who thought that the nuns were going to try and get Daryl to impregnate them?
Yes.
I was. Because the little kid was talking about repopulating the world and how long it takes and all that, and there weren't any dudes around, so I was like,
yeah.
I was on the one. Okay, sorry. I was
makes sense to me.
But you don't think they would have asked those guerrilla guys, the militia that came by?
Yeah, but they're bad guys, and they wanted a good guy.
Oh, okay. And clearly, Daryl is the only good guy in this part of the world.
So the guerrilla guys only got butt stuff. That was it.
Yeah, butt and hands.
Well, now that Amayou has joined our group of dirty old men, I believe at this point we shall go to a commercial. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
Yep, we sure will. After these.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
You know what's funny? Welcome back to the show, by the way. I'm Uncle John. That's Uncle DJay. That's Uncle Percy. And that's Auntie Amayou. We're the grumpy old nerds. We talk about shit. You know what's funny? Now that Roy is producing the show tonight, he don't waste no damn time. Mel would have shown 3 or 4 commercials. We got that one commercial and got the fuck out of there. This show started at 8:30 on damn time. Roy ain't playing no games tonight. Shout out to Uncle Roy. Next up, Loki season 2. Now, when this trailer first dropped, did you all talk about this at all? You all didn't talk about this when I was gone.
Vaguely. I hadn't seen it at that point.
Okay. So Loki season 2. Of all the Marvel shows, I have to say this is top 5 for me. Loki was always an interesting character. Huh?
Above WandaVision?
Loki was always a very interesting character to me because he played and yes, I'm ignoring Uncle Percy. To hell with WandaVision. Loki was always an anti-hero, and in a sea of heroes and villains, Loki always blazed that path in between, and I thought that was an interesting contradiction to all the other stuff that Marvel was putting out.
Yeah,
and the whole time traveling thing and dimension hopping thing, I thought that was intriguing too, because a character as ambiguous as Loki falling in love with himself, that was just genius to me. Fuck it, that was great. And him kissing himself, I don't know about you, but I've fallen in love with myself many times over the years. So without further ado, let's look at the trailer for Loki. Hopefully I gave Uncle Roy enough time to load that up, but let's look at the trailer for Loki season 2.
Bring back my Loki horns.
Oh, here we go. Auntie Amayou's horny again.
I stay horny.
Obi? Hello? We have a little bit of a situation we wanted to run by you.
Mobius! Wow! Great to see you again.
That's what's been happening.
Wow. Time slipping.
Wait, you know that?
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Can you fix that?
No. It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
Yeah.
I've been pulled through time between the past and the present. Hello? If what I saw is true, There's nothing that stands between this world and utter destruction.
Only one way to find out. A little good old-fashioned legwork. Listen, we have different styles. You're a man of action, which is fine. I take a more slow, deliberate, cerebral approach. It's really goodbye.
It's up to us to save this place.
Is this cracked?
Yes, babe.
Whatever we do, we're playing God.
We are gods. But how do you choose? Who lives and who dies?
Make the hard choice.
It's him.
You better run!
War is on its way.
Come on, you're the god of mischief.
Always have been. Always will be.
A little over the top, don't you think?
I thought it was spot on.
So,
Swagger.
what do we think?
Man got swagger.
Amayou liked it.
She can't wait. Look at it. Look at it.
Okay, so the reason, again, the reason that I enjoy Loki is because it's not the regular superhero schlock that Marvel is throwing out there, and this actually looks like a rollicking good time. If I could say that a little bit more deadpan, I would. But to me, it just looks like an episode of Doctor Who. To be very honest, because I'm the only Doctor Who fan on this damn panel. Y'all don't get that, but it does. It just looks like a really good episode of Doctor Who, and
You get it. I get
What you say, DJ?
I get it.
Meg's trying to talk, but her mic is muted.
Oh, okay.
I
I mean,
bad.
granted, I haven't seen Doctor Who since probably '84, but I liked it. I'm a Doctor Who fan. Back in the day.
So how do we feel that this fits into the Marvel universe that we're in right now? So we're looking at. I still think that Ant-Man fucked up, and he didn't succeed. Okay, so my theory on Ant-Man before I go any further. At the end of the film, at the end of Ant-Man Quantumania, when he's walking down the street, it's the same shot like he did when the movie first started, right?
Right.
But if you look at everything that's happening, that's going on, from the balloons at his birthday party to just the people who are walking down the street, everything is green and purple. Go back and look at the end of Ant-Man. Okay. Everything is green and purple. And those are Kang's colors. So I don't know if he escaped from the quantum realm outright, or even maybe he's still in the quantum realm and Kang did something to him to make him think he escaped. So I just see this as an extension. I'm sorry, that was rude. I see this as an extension of, Kang's dominance over the MCU. At the end of Loki, I don't see Loki coming out on top. Go ahead.
Well, okay. I mean, maybe you missed it, but everything is coming up Kang right now, as far as where we are right now. Everything's coming up Kang. So even in the Loki trailer, you didn't see the one scene where he does something to the backdrop, and it's a golden like Kang calf. I
get that, but
Kang mask and stuff.
I'm saying this is overtly, and Kang makes an appearance. Victor Timely is another iteration of Kang.
Right. No, absolutely. But I'm saying, what you're saying is right. With the Quantumania and everything else, it's all Kang right now. Until they deal with the whole Kang, situation, it's all Kang.
I mean, okay, so I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I just think that with Loki, this is a springboard for other shit happening. Like, you know, Marvel has we've gotten Guardians of the Galaxy, which didn't have shit to do with Kang. We're going to have the Marvels, which we have yet to see if Kang is involved in that at all. But I'm saying that Loki is the true springboard for Kang going forward. Gus, what's going on, brother? How you feel? Thanks for joining us.
I don't know, because we said the same thing in the first season of Loki, and he didn't. I mean, we saw little Easter eggs of him floating around, but I don't. You know, Marvel might be like, yeah, we're gonna make you guys think just like we make you guys think before in season 1. So he might be in there, but it might not lead to anything but another story. Because you got to remember now, there's really 3 storylines floating out there right now.
Okay,
You mean what's the guy ain't gonna never show up in WandaVision? He just ain't gonna ever show up.
Right. He's so you got.
So just so everyone knows, they bring up WandaVision just to piss me off at this point.
Well, hold on, because you know they finally came to conclusion saying they was working on a season 2 of WandaVision.
Why?
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Say it louder, Amayou.
Why?
Yeah, there you go.
But then you got Agatha. You got Agatha sitting over there too, because she's coming out too.
I think the Agatha show might be entertaining. To be very honest, I think Agatha was the best part of fucking WandaVision.
Because
Agatha?
Yeah.
That's what
you got so you got like 3 storylines kind of floating out there right now.
Okay.
So you got the whole they got the Marvel with the
Scrolls.
With the scrolls. You got that sitting over there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's probably gonna lead to some kind of
Secret invasion
and Fantastic Four. You still got Falcon and Winter Soldier sitting over there in their little timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got this. Then you got Kane sitting over here. How that all gonna come together, we still don't know.
I don't think it will. I think they'll just be different threats, and they're okay. So
they have to though.
We know that the culmination of the Kang storyline is the Kang Dynasty, the Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Actually, it's 4. I forgot about Doctor Strange. He's sitting over there.
Oh, the multiverse stuff. Well, that's part of the Kang stuff too, isn't it?
Right.
I'm confused at this point.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Right. So,
Amayou, did you mute yourself again?
I didn't. I'm just like, it's a lot. It's just so much Marvel.
So you've got Percy. So you said there's the Kang thing, which will probably wrap up in Avengers Kang Dynasty, which is the next Avengers film, right? Now you've got the Skrull thing, which I think will probably wrap up with Avengers Secret Wars, which is the film after Kang Dynasty, right? Because Secret Wars comes on. And then what was the other? There's something else going on too.
The Marvels. And whatever they got.
The ladies. The
That's dealing with the scrolls too, right? That's part of the scrolls.
Is it? I don't know.
Isn't that's part of the scrolls? And then you got Captain America and Winter Soldier sitting over here.
Right. Well, the Winter Soldier is now going to be a part of the Thunderbolts film that they're going to make.
Right. So, but it's not all tied into Kane, not yet. But somewhere down the line, it's going to have to.
Okay, so let's
too much. They doing too much.
Yeah, let's untangle some of this shit, because the first phase, well, not the first phase, but when all the Marvel timeline or storylines dovetailed into Infinity War, there was only really one major threat, and now we have 5?
Yeah.
So I think that's where Marvel is fucking up, essentially, right?
This is where we pull over to the side of the road and we get a map to Uncle Rod, who usually goes, see, we got to take this over here, this road come into this and that, because
I don't even think
back in the day.
I don't even think he can make heads or tails of this shit.
You don't think he can make heads or tails of this shit?
No.
Because every character do come up to Kane. They all fight Kane. If you really think about it, they all fight Kane. It's just, where do they all going to meet?
Converge, right? Because there has to be a new Avengers team, because there's a new Avengers movie coming out.
Right.
Okay, so we're looking at, let's take one thread at a time. So first we've got right now, immediately we have the Kang Dynasty, which is what we're working towards with the main Avengers storyline, right? So I think that this season of Loki plays a major part in dovetailing all these storylines into the Kang Dynasty. You know what I'm saying? Like Secret Invasion was whetting your appetite for the Secret Wars, hence the similar titles.
Right.
So Secret Invasion, which by the way, did we ever really review that? Because I want to talk about Secret Invasion and the fact that it was a love story pissed me the fuck off. Anyway, but Secret Invasion is going to take another section of the Marvel Universe and dovetail into Secret Wars, I would imagine, right? And then we also have, we also got to deal with Rhodey, who was a Skrull all this fucking time. And I want to see, his reaction when he finds out that Tony's dead, because the real Rhodey, for real, the real Rhodey wasn't there, right?
Right. I mean, if you take it the timeline from where, he got switched,
right?
Yeah.
And okay, so one more thing that has nothing to do with the initial start of this conversation. So I was rewatching Infinity War when they all went into space for the first time, and Rocket asks, "Okay, who's ever been to outer space?"
Right.
And everyone raises their hand, and then Rhodey kind of looks around. And he's like, "Oh, yeah," you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, was that an Easter egg? Was that meant to be something?
There's always shit's always means something, and,
Right.
Yeah, they don't just do that shit for nothing. It's not like Don Cheadle was like, "Oh shit, I forgot my cue. I was supposed to put my hand up. My bad, Mr. Director." You don't have to reshoot it. We can just keep rolling.
Right. Oh shit! Yeah. By the way, I've never been.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh shit. Percy about to blow our minds, y'all. What's up?
No. Because we got.
Man, I just saw a big ass light bulb just. Ding!
No.
So come on.
We got to remember Miss Marvel, the movie. When the movie came out,
the
Skrulls were there. Remember, the Skrulls were there in '80s. What was it? '86.
Yeah.
So now we moving forward. Who rescued Iron Man from space? It was her, right? Which means the Skrulls were already on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have happened. Yeah, Rhodey probably could have got replaced during that time.
No, he got replaced during Captain America: Civil War. We about to have a debate on this shit.
All I'm saying is the Skrulls were already there. So for you to sit there and say when Rocket asked the question, who was in space? That's after Civil War, right?
Okay, so wait a minute.
Yeah.
Being that this is the Marvel Universe,
that's all I was saying,
and being that this is an open question at this time, and we're not the only ones debating this shit. I mean, do we really think they're not going to show?
Here we go.
The exact moment when the motherfucker got switched, like it's gonna be part of a show, like it's gonna be
part of the Marvels.
Okay,
that would make sense because there's gonna be a lot of Skrull action in there, presumably.
There you go.
Come on, Roy.
All right, Uncle Roy.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of debate about that whole thing. So that's how since we're not talking about
that.
I'm gonna go ahead and come in on this one. But no, so I'm still debating. Like, I guess we'll figure out, John, like you said, the cue is whenever they bring Rhodey into whatever the next set of it is, we will determine whether or not or how long he's been a Skrull. Right. I personally think it happened during Falcon and the Winter Soldier after the first episode. I don't think it happened. And I was talking to somebody. I know there's people are saying that, like, I think he was there I think that was him there for the death of Tony. I think he was there, unless they have already said no, it wasn't, and they know that for a fact.
Can I allow me to debunk your theory?
Go ahead.
When in Secret Invasion, when they free all the people who had been captured, what does Rhodey have on?
A hospital gown, doesn't he?
Yeah, a hospital thing.
Right.
When did he go to the hospital?
After he plunged to Earth.
Which was in when? Which was in what movie?
Civil War.
Well, I know,
or was it Captain America?
You would think you would think that he would be in the hospital more than just that one time, dude. I mean, he has
Nah,
he's
but
gonna
that
have to
was-
have physical therapy.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, but I'm with him. I mean, the one time
the
we know
issue-
for
so
sure.
because hold on for that. Because here's the other issue that I had with that. That was one of the things that they talked about. There were episodes or scenes in Secret Invasion where Rhodey was not wearing the braces, and they talked about that. And somebody actually I saw several people that made a point about it, that he wasn't wearing the braces, and Marvel confirmed in the thing around some of that. They confirmed the fact that he is paralyzed for life, like Dr. Xavier is, and then
Professor Xavier, how dare you?
Braces.
Damn. Yeah.
Huh?
Who the fuck is Dr. Xavier? That's some DC shit.
Professor Xavier, whatever the hell his name is.
Dr. Xavier. What the
But
hell?
wait a minute though. You
But I
can't,
thought,
okay.
I thought
Go ahead.
in time, Tony had created him a biosuit, so he doesn't.
Thank
wear the
you.
braces
Thank
anymore.
you. That's what I was just about to say.
Everybody has
Who the
bios.
fuck in the Tony Stark era, and that's your boy, your best friend? Who the fuck believes this motherfucker gonna be walking around with some motherfucking Forrest Gump ass shackles for more than one time and shit?
Allow
you
me
know?
to debunk that theory as well. Give me this 1 second.
What about Wakanda?
When all of that technology is available,
All of that,
and I
all of
agree.
the technology.
So that lends credence to what I'm saying, because with all of that technology, when
Yeah, but
Rhodey
just
was
like
freed,
Africa today,
when Rhodey
Wakanda
was
wasn't
freed
feeling his
from
black
the
ass
Skrull
like that.
captivity, they had to help him walk,
Right,
which means that he didn't have anything. That means we don't know if he had been to
He
to
didn't have
rehab.
no shackles, no
When
nothing.
he
in
was,
which episode
and
was that?
also think about
Straight-
this: when
straight out the
he's
hospital
a bona fide superhero. When they went to get him from, when Vision blew out his systems and he crashed to Earth, when would he have been alone? When he was transported to the hospital, right?
Right.
He was in hospital scrubs and he couldn't walk. So that's your clue right there, stating that he was taken after, soon after he was
Right.
first injured.
Wait a
Where's
minute,
my
what's
microphone so I
wait
can
a minute,
drop?
whoa. Was he going to a hospital? Or was he going to Wakanda? I thought Black Panther was taking care was taking
No.
care of it. No,
What?
They didn't.
No.
Yeah, they didn't
No.
send him to Wakanda. And it's funny.
That's a
Hold on,
Percy
you know
issue.
what? So it's funny that you say that, Percy, because I just saw an interview with Samuel L. Jackson, and they were pissed off. They are pissed off at Marvel about that. The black people like, why the hell we ain't showed up in Wakanda? He was like,
I agree.
Big Fury.
He's
Why
right.
the
No,
hell
that's
I ain't
just-
show up in Wakanda?
That's
at
just
some
like,
point?
hey, as a black man, have you talked to a Nigerian lately? They don't like our ass. Shit.
Wow. Okay, we're talking about
that may
fiction,
be
not
what
real
you
life.
are, but
No,
I
I'm
mean,
talking.
yeah,
Well,
get a
I
lot of-
mean, art
So,
imitates
John, I
life.
get your points. I get your
Africans
points
love
on that.
me, so
Um,
I'm gonna say.
but
Well,
that
that's
was
a
one
whole
of the
different
things.
story.
Yeah, that's something else different. Go ahead.
You
Roy.
go to the club.
What
you
they
know.
did with him, even in the movies, and this is I think to DJ's point, you can see the transition of the leg braces that he's wearing.
Mhm. Right.
The first set when they show us the scene at the end of Civil War where he's walking this bigger and clunkier, that's the same one he has on at the beginning of Infinity War. When you see the ones that he has on at the funeral, it's actually they're much more streamlined and they're actually they're colored to fit whatever he's wearing. So because of his uniform stuff, he's got black ones, he's got blue ones, and all this different stuff.
So if I could quote, I didn't want to pull this out of my hat, but I guess I have to. If I could quote a friend of the show, Mario, in the comments, he said the writer said that's when he was switched. The writers have actually said he was switched after Civil War. Yes.
Okay.
I guess that shut that shit down, huh?
Are we? Is it commercial break time? I mean,
Okay, damn. That kind of
Well, Amayou, well, Amayou, thank you for breaking the ice with that, because we could have talked about that all night. But yes, it's time for a commercial break. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
Since 2002.
Maybe not.
Itchy,
Oh, here we are.
itchy, squirmy.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KEAVERSVOICE.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
Welcome back. We are the Grumpy Old Nerds. I am your Uncle John, along with Uncle DJay, Uncle Percy, and Auntie Amayou.
When's War Machine coming out?
You did what to who?
When is War Machine coming out?
God only knows. Man, they still in the midst of this fucking writers and actors strike.
Yeah.
We may
Man,
never see
listen.
this shit. And it doesn't look so okay. This wasn't on the schedule, but I'd like to talk about this anyway.
About it.
So Drew Barrymore has announced that her show is going to be coming back on the air. And Bill Maher has also announced that his show will be coming back on the air. Both of these shows are talk show formats, but they still utilize writers. So essentially, they're breaking union lines, which is fucked up.
Well, not true.
What's not true?
What do you mean not true?
They're not using writers. Both
Yes,
of them said they're not using writers. Both of them basically said that they're doing their own stuff. Bill Maher is saying that he's not even doing a monologue. He's going straight into introducing the guests and talking.
Okay. But here's where that's fucked up, because the whole I mean that's just like a hotel where the bellman, the servers, the way the kitchen staff, all of those union workers say we're going on strike, and so the hotel says, well, fuck it then, we're shutting down room service, blah blah blah, and this, that, and the other. You can pull your own cart. We don't need them workers anymore. So now, instead of those workers having power by going on strike, now they don't even have jobs anymore because the whole division has been stripped. So that's basically Drew Barrymore and Bill Maher saying, well, we're just going to take out those jobs, get rid of those jobs, and change the format of our show so that we can move forward, and we don't have to deal with them at all. Yep. So they just lost all power. Those writers just lost all power because they don't even have a job anymore.
So what do you think about the ladies of The View then? Because they're doing the exact same thing.
But okay, here's the difference between The View and a show like Bill Maher or what's her name, Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore is literally an actress. And I'm not trying to say that she doesn't have a thought on her own that she can't complete on her own, but she's still employing people to put that product out. And it's still on the entertainment side of news and entertainment. You see what I'm saying? So it's more along the lines of a show that would use writers. And make no mistake, there's no way that they're going to get out there and not utilize writers with that show in some way, shape, or form. Same with Bill Maher. With The View,
Right.
The View is a more freeform. The View is almost like Good Morning America, where they get an
Right.
get a
Right.
subject and they just freeform.
It's not pre-scripted or there's no right.
Nothing but
Drew Barrymore is closer to the Tonight Show where
Yes.
they put together skits and
Mm-hmm.
there's segments. We're gonna do this segment now. Somebody wrote that segment. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wrote,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna do this and we're gonna say that and this, that, and the other.
And Bill Maher has even
to
said, even though he's taking away New Rules or the opening monologue,
Right.
he still has to write his material that he's saying. So Bill Maher is a writer. Like he's on his own writing staff,
scabbing himself on his own fucking show.
Essentially, and it's bullshit. It is.
But I haven't, just for the record, I haven't watched Bill Maher in years because that motherfucker has been two-sided and shit for for years, and so I've been
Which
done
is a
with
shame
I don't give a
because
fuck about Bill.
Bill Maher used to be brilliant.
Used to be.
Used
to be.
And
I used to roll with them. I used to roll with him until after the whole two side, and so all of a sudden he tried to find two sides, and when people started, when he started rolling with the Muslim hate, and people were like, "Well, that's fucked up, Bill Maher," and he was like, "Well, then fuck you too. You know what? Fuck all y'all. I'm just gonna roll with
With
it was the Muslim
Bill,
because he got criticized for the Muslim hate.
With Bill and with Drew, it reeks of white privilege. Where
big time.
They're pretty much saying, you know what, I'm sorry, you peons, but I must be in front of the camera and I must do this. Now, are they employing people while this is happening? Yes. You can always say that, they're employing people, so that makes it okay, who are not writers or actors, the cameraman and clean the studio. But at the end of the day, it weakens the stance of the writers and the actors. And James Otis, go ahead.
Well, I'm with you on that because the other thing to be seen is that the Teamsters, were 100% behind the writers and the actors as far as their strike. They were in solidarity with them. So that being the case, you might be hiring some Teamsters for your show because you cut out the rest of them, but that solidarity that kind of makes them scabs in a third party sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, if you want this job, you're not on strike, so you have no reason not to show up. The show is going on, so what's your reason for not showing up?
To be honest, even the people who go to watch these shows are now considered scabs because they're watching, they're participating in a product that people are striking against. So and it's fucked up. It's really not a good situation.
That's really fucked up.
Oh Jesus! So technically, we're all scabs.
No, y'all.
No, I'm not watching that shit.
But hold on now. Well, I'm scabbing because I watched The View. I do enjoy Bill Maher every blue moon.
No. We already separated that. Though, because The View, they don't really have, like you said, they don't really do they? I don't know. I don't watch The View. Do they have like segments? Like, okay, now we're gonna do, such and such with some kind of skit or whatever. They don't really do that, right?
No, they don't do that.
They interview people. They talk about current events.
Well, that's what same thing with Bill Maher. No. New
rules, and his monologue.
So if you take that out, it's just like being The View, because all he's doing is talking to the guests.
No, but hold on. My original point, Uncle Percy, is the fact that from Jump Street, from day one on HBO, he's had New Rules. And he's had the monologue.
Right.
So if that 20% or 30% of your show has always been there, all of a sudden the strike, the writers, they strike and stuff. And now all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we're going to take that little bit of our show out. Now that we've become so huge that we're this product, we we're gonna cut that part out so that they don't have, this. They don't have this power. They don't have this control over the show anymore. That's the whole point. The whole point of striking is so that they can't do the show. So if the show goes on without them, you just took a scalpel and basically cut. He basically amputated his leg and say, "Fuck it, I only need one leg. Let's go. Let's roll." We're gonna cut that part off and keep rolling.
So yeah, I'm gonna slightly
right
disagree with you on that, DJ. I'm kind of in the camp with Percy in a couple of ways, in a couple of aspects, especially as someone who's done the production side of that from a network perspective for both scripted shows where we do scripts, and then where we have shows that are just strictly interview-based shows where you bring people in. This is my first time hearing about it when John brought it up, so I hadn't been paying it that much attention, because I know that a lot of what's been going on with the strike has been centered around the AI thing, because that is the big sticking point right now with the unions, because of the fact that there's these people, once these companies are saying they're going to take this AI of you, it gets down to the point where you're literally earning less than a cent for them utilizing your digital expression of yourself. And so that's where the big challenges come in. And it's even the same thing with writers, because they have they're literally using AI to write these scripts now by putting it in all of the different things. Gus has something else he just said in it, and a lot of it is the streaming to there. But that's been an argument for years, that they want them to revamp the payout for streaming, because people are apparently getting paid next to nothing for that.
Right.
What I see this, and what I would hope he would do, what I hope they would do, I would hope that and I doubt the shows like The View would do it, because they're more network based. These are programs of the network. You would hope that these shows like a Bill Maher, like a Drew Barrymore, who have these opportunities, would be able to come in and then reset these shows that they're doing and help these people who are striking for the things that they're doing. Because y'all got to remember, it's not the striking piece is kind of the secondary, because these shows not going on. These sponsors have already paid money for these shows. All this stuff,
you do realize, Uncle Roy, you the boss, so you coming from the man. You the man, you know that, right? You come from the man side.
See, you missed the part that I said. You missed the part I said. They still, these people at some point are gonna. These people who are striking are still at some point going to have to survive, and that's why I said I'm hoping that people like a Bill Maher, people like the Drew Barrymores, are going to start back doing their shows. And then, just like who was it? The Rock gave like so many millions of dollars that he put into the SAG thing, that they then turn around and start saying, okay, we're in solidarity, because like John said, Drew Barrymore is a whole actress.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bill Maher. Ultimately, he might as well be considered an actor.
Stand-up comedian.
If HBO wants to,
he did DC Cab back in the day, and that was his claim to fame and shit. But you're basically saying that they gonna fuck over the writers in the beginning, see. But what they gonna do is they gonna come on, do their show.
But
and when
DJ, that's what we're disagreeing. No, like I said, that's why I agree with Percy. We're disagreeing. I don't think that they're.
But that's what I'm saying.
I don't think they're screwing them over, because, like you said, if those two segments of the show are taking out, it's no longer they're not using writers. Interview show. This is an interview show. There are no writers for the segments that happen in this show.
I beg to disagree.
Because that's obvious.
Writer John.
You gotta stop. That's a layout. But you know what I'm saying? It's like they're not writing, so there is no writing for that. There's no writing for that.
But
show.
Uncle Roy, they did have writers, and these writers made a salary. These writers got paid for doing these shows. So them cutting them out. Go ahead, Auntie Amayou.
I just want to say, the reality of the situation is Bill Maher and Drew Barrymore have more than enough money. They're not going hungry, and they're doing this from their, like you said, their privilege, their elitistness. they're not thinking about the people that they basically used to be, like when they were coming up and when they were starting out. Yeah, it may have been like a very long time ago, but they're doing these things
big time.
don't need to be. And
y'all don't think that they're doing anything.
And they're not going to get no views from me. So
there's no
solid.
Okay,
they're not going to do anything to help.
There's no solidarity.
It doesn't matter if
what makes them
what's going to happen in the
what
future.
makes them different from every other show out there? What makes them different? There's no solidarity if they're cutting. If the whole point of being a scab is crossing the line. The line is like this.
Cross the line. Then the View crossed the line too.
How did the View cross the line?
Because they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same.
No, but I'm
thing.
saying, did the View stop and then start again?
Yeah,
they stopped. They stopped for a couple of weeks.
And then summer break.
Right, and then they came back, and then they came back.
Stopped for the. But it was that normal break. I mean, like where they normally stop.
Yes, they don't film over the summer.
Right. So they came back, and the first thing Whoopi, who is an actor, said, "We're not using writers. We're writing our own stuff." So if it gets a little hanky out here, don't blame nobody. It's us. The 5 ladies sitting at this table, or 6, depending on when Whoopi's there.
But like Uncle John said, they're more like, Good Morning America. Hey, here we go.
But
current events.
But technically, Bill Maher's the same way. Bill Maher,
but it's a different.
He talks
there's
about
more to it.
So let's do this, because we can go on and on about this all night.
And then I got one more question.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to ask? So
yeah, motherfucker.
Okay, okay, all right. So I know we're not part of SAG, but aren't we kind of scabs too?
No.
Why?
Not never. No, we're not.
No. How do you consider us to be scabs, Percy?
Somebody lost a job.
I mean, if we're supporting them, then we should not be on the air, right?
We
It's
are
not
not
about
a
being on the
broadcast show.
air.
We have exactly what, 2 viewers right now. 2 viewers right now.
Hey, let's write a new show during yes, we would be scabbing, but we ain't wrote nothing new.
I'm just saying we all supporting,
So
SAG.
Percy,
Well,
you're of the mind that no matter what you do, if you're watching anything entertaining, if you're doing anything that's putting yourself
that
out there as being
entertains.
entertainment, then you're a scab.
Right. No. I mean, if that's the case, shut down YouTube and TikTok and all that other shit too.
But that is a valid question, because those about to lose me if you're a self-described scab. No, we're not a self-described. We're not scabs, exactly. Mario. Please stay with us. But
no. John, hold on. Let me say something. It was actually like Gus just said something. I'm gonna run his no, this is the one here. I want to run this back up, because to me, these shows, these court shows, game shows, all those shows use writers. Although those are scripted shows.
Oh, definitely. And you can take all that shit off as far as I'm concerned.
You can, but they're still, if I'm not mistaken, those things are still shooting and being aired.
Judge Judy?
Yeah.
And reality shows are written use writers too.
Yeah, reality shows, that shit is pre-scripted. Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. I mean, to be honest, no matter what you do, if you're looking at absolutes, yes, we're all scabs. But Mario, we're not.
I'm not a scab.
Yeah, I'm not a scab either.
I mean, they've made concessions for independent studios, because they're not part of the major studios that they're fighting with. So they've made concessions for independent film. But the gist of it is, going back to Auntie Amayou, I agree with her. Drew Barrymore and Bill Maher, are just using, a loophole, an exception or whatever, to say, oh, well, we're just going to not do this so that, we can, continue on. And that way we're not hurting nobody. And it's bullshit.
Yes.
So
Now, I will say this: they could be looked at as okay, we're employing people who otherwise wouldn't be getting a paycheck because it's been
But
5
that's
months.
everybody.
Now. It's 5. It's
That's
5 months.
everybody.
It's been 5 months now, and these people
True.
are out there.
True.
And Roy, I read that same article you're talking about, Roy, about The Rock and some other stars donating millions to the SAG fund. It has to be that the people who are on that top end, who make all the money, they've got to start filtering that back down to those who aren't making any money because that's
where
the disparity.
That's
is
why
just
they
too great.
That's why they do benefit shows and they do Live Aid and all of that stuff. Because they're basically getting the word out there, but they donate to
DJay,
the people
I don't want
who
no
need
fucking live show. Just give me the money.
No, I'm saying
it doesn't.
benefit, right?
If I'm making 20 million a picture, I can give $1 million back. Kevin Hart has how many streams of income, and he's getting millions of dollars off of each stream.
Exactly.
I can give $1 million back just to help people pay rent for the rest of the year.
Nick Cannon could put a couple of these shows on his taxes as a dependent and shit. He got enough of them, just.
Okay, Percy, this is the last word on this particular subject.
So, okay, and maybe I'm wrong. So me going to see the Blue Beetles and Ninja Turtles, isn't that me kind of?
Those were already out before this happened. Those
Even
were
though
already before the strike.
I get that, but still, we're still giving money to these corporations, and that's all they're looking at. As long as we keep feeding them money, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to really sit down and take this stuff seriously. So, me as a consumer, what can I do? Can I stop going to the show? Do I cut off Netflix? Do I get rid of my DirecTV so they can okay, what's going on? We're with the actors and writers right now. You guys need to get this shit together.
Okay, Percy, thank you very much. And the world is wrong.
No, it's a great point.
Thank you very much.
That's a great point.
Here's the challenge with what Percy said. Real quick, the problem is the studios the major studios have already said they've got like 3 years worth of stuff in the can that they can wait this out with new stuff because people are not going to stop watching, and that's the challenge. So they'll still be able to pay their advertiser, to deliver to their advertisers and stuff. The Kite Man trailer is ready whenever you're ready, but
actually, at this point, it's time for a break. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
Y'all just want to take a break?
Yes.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
As technology continues to bring changes to the world of education, it's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
And we're back. Welcome back to Grumpy Old Nerds. We are your elders who watch way too much TV and movies and read too many comic books. It is I, your Uncle John, along with Uncle Roy. There he is. Uncle Roy, Uncle DJay, Uncle Percy, and Auntie Amayou. It is now that part in our show where we talk about how badly DC is fucking up their own properties. Not too long ago, Max, HBO Max, whatever the fuck you want to call it, launched their animated series Harley Quinn, which isn't bad. Bravo, DC. You managed not to fuck that up. But, of course, anything that's good has to be duplicated. So, now they have come along with one of the characters who sprung out of the Harley Quinn animated series, Kite Man. And I just wanted to play this trailer so we could laugh at DC about how stupid their decisions are again. So, Roy, if you don't mind, let's watch the Kite Man trailer.
Let's get it.
All I know is when I was a kid, I'd sit in my room and I'd dream about being a supervillain. My mom would knock on the door and say, "Chuck, what are you doing in there?" And I'd say, "Not masturbating." And she'd say, "That feels like something a masturbator would say while masturbating." And I'd be all like, "Mom, I will tell you when I'm masturbating." Jesus, fuck! Telling that nasty ass story. Time to win it! Ooh, it's wet, it's gross.
You must prepare for all-out war!
Hell yeah!
So I can tell by the looks of excitement on all of our faces that we are so looking forward to the animated adventures of Kite Man. So Harley Quinn is a charismatic character, and her ties with the Joker make her relevant within the DC universe. Because her animated series, I'm talking about her like she's a real person, because her animated series is R-rated, drops a lot of F-bomb, cusses a lot, sexual innuendo, ... That makes it a novelty amongst the superhero things that we watched. Well, that made it a novelty amongst superhero shows and movies that we had watched because there hadn't been that many that were doing that type of thing. Well, now we have The Boys, and we've got all these other superhero shows with gratuitous sex and violence. So it's not shocking anymore to see a superhero do or say something outrageous. So maybe 3 or 4 years ago, this show might have been needed, wanted, good. Now it just seems stupid. And the character of Kite Man, who nobody knows about and nobody gives a fuck about, why would they do? It's nothing but a male version of Harley Quinn. And again, I know DC, you're desperate for a win right now, but this was not the right move. Go ahead, Percy.
I think it's more like that other show I don't like on that came out with an eagle, some guy with an eagle.
Oh, Peacemaker. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it reminds me of Peacemaker. So
for those of you who don't know, I love Peacemaker, and again, this is Percy just trying to get on my nerves. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, that's it. That's all I want to say. Just from that clip, just reminds me of that damn show with the eagle.
But yeah, so no, I'm not going to watch this, and I'm going to cuss DC out because they still make bad decisions. I don't understand it. Why do they keep doing this shit? Somebody explain to me why DC keeps doing this shit. And if I can add on to it, they're cutting other shows from their streaming service so that we can see this dumb shit, Kite Man. What's the point? No point at all. Okay. So, I heard the people who work at theaters. Oh, yeah. James Otis Hall still on that stuff. Yeah. Oh, and My Adventures with Superman, which is on Max, is a much superior show. I agree with you, James Otis Hall. It's just stick with the straightforward superhero storytelling. The stories are good. The characters are iconic, and I hate using that word, but the characters are iconic. Just stick with what fucking works. Don't try and step outside the box. You don't work inside the box, Will. If you step outside, you're on that dumb shit. So Anyway, we also have one last trailer for the night. Roy, I'll talk a little bit to give you time to pull it up. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, in the lineup of films DC has, I think this is the last one before James Gunn's footprint is firmly established in the DC universe. Aquaman was one of the halfway decent superhero films that DC produced, and their sequel to that, The Lost Kingdom, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know how this will fit into what James Gunn is doing, because now there are rumblings that Jason Momoa wants to be Lobo, which would be perfect casting. I don't see how they've put him as fucking Aquaman.
What did he want to be? Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes, we know. Yeah. Well, you're allowed a couple seconds to drool, Amayu. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Third Aquaman movie? I feel like this is the third Aquaman movie.
No, second one. He's just been around for a bunch of other stuff. He was in Peacemaker, as a matter of fact, for a hot second. So yeah, and the fucked up thing is, DC is fucking up so bad. The Superman that they had is actually going to be in Loki season 2. Oh, Jesus Christ! And he's going to be playing in Loki season 2. He's going to be playing Hyperion from the Marvel universe, which is Marvel's direct ripoff of Superman, which I find funny as fuck.
Cute.
So, anyway, Roy, if we're ready, let's go ahead and start with the Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom trailer.
Since the new king of Atlantis took the kingdom.
Ooh. Wow.
You have been forced to stay in the shadows.
Still looks like underwater Wakanda. Even got a black man.
I can help you rise to the surface. To demand justice.
Brother, you've been letting your guard down lately.
Black Manta wants the beings of the depths to go against us. We must prepare for a war.
The war has already begun.
Don't let your fears control you. Our people will need the true king of Atlantis to guide them.
It will. Your last words, murder.
Prepare for war.
Anybody excited about that? Aside from Amayu.
I think this came out after the writer's strike, because it's obviously that the writers didn't have much to do with this movie.
Wow. Ooh, what a burn from Uncle DJ.
So Black Man,
a bunch of brooding looks, some special effects, yeah. Oh yeah. You got to get that,
Your brother is not worthy for the throne.
So Black Manta is supposed to be his number one rival, right? In the comic books, that's his number one rival.
His arch villain, arch nemesis, yes.
They're making the brother look stupid. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
John, didn't they change his origin though? Because wasn't in the comics, wasn't his mother Atlantean?
Who? Black Manta?
Black Manta.
No.
No?
Mm-mm. Aquaman's mother's Atlantean.
No. I understood that. I thought that was the part of it. I thought Dad was like some person that came in, but okay. That's all I was asking.
I thought she was a hoe.
But,
damn.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was aggressive. No, his he was always a scientist who just had a grudge for Aquaman for whatever reason. Now, interesting side note, in the comics, Black Manta kills Aquaman's son. I'd be interested to see if that's where this story goes in the movie.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Really? He did that in the comics?
Yes, he did.
I know in the cartoon, his brother did it. Well, he tried to do it, and that's when he cut his hand off.
Yeah.
In the cartoons, rather.
Yeah. In the original storyline, Black Manta succeeded in killing Arthur Curry's son, and that's why he and Aquaman and Black Manta have this like ongoing blood feud. Which, I mean, yeah, if you kill my son, I got to kill you, or maybe not kill you, but.
And that's what they're playing on this, saying that Aquaman killed his dad. But
Exactly. So that may be where it's going, you know. But our lack of enthusiasm means it's time to go. So on our way out the door, Auntie Amayou, you got anything for the people, for the good people?
No, but I'm excited for the next episode of Daryl Dixon, so we will see how that goes.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Auntie Amayou, aren't you on another show on Wednesdays?
Yes, I'm also one of the co-hosts of Chat and Draw. I chat, he draws, because I definitely don't have that kind of talent. But Michael Watson on the Agents of Geekdom.
Okay. Magnificent. Uncle Percy, you got anything for us on the way out the door?
Yeah, Phillies winning 27 over Minnesota, so the Bears got a chance to do something on Sunday.
Fantastic. Uncle DJ? So, any writing, anything that you'd like to promote? Anything at all? No. Okay. Uncle Roy, what's coming up on the network?
actually, stay tuned. We'll be having some new stuff coming out. Some new layout things are going to be happening soon. As much as I was trying to push it back and just hold off and get a couple of things in place, we will probably have our Roku channel up and running really soon. Our official Roku stuff, which means I'm going to have to get into doing some other things until we get into the studio space to get more shows out.
Wait, we have a Roku. We're on Roku. We have a Roku channel.
We gon'
Well, technically, we are on Roku because we're on YouTube. Anything that's on YouTube is on Roku, so people can get us there. We will have our own Roku channel, though. The Urban Digital Television Network will be on there.
Well, slap my ass and call me sexy. Thank you for telling us that. Oh,
yeah. So that's like the app that we have where people can go see all of your old episodes.
That would be fantastic. Go ahead, man.
Okay, since we're on here, I'm gonna go ahead and put my requests out there. I want to jump on this NPC train, so I need people to follow me on TikTok. Amayou82 on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok so that I can have 1,000 followers. That way, I can get on this NPC train and get some.
What's the NPC?
What's NPC?
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that next time because I'm gonna have to send y'all the link and it's gonna be all the details. We'll talk about it.
Because in gamer speak, that's non-player character.
Yes. Okay. You know a little something. Okay. Yes. Next week we'll talk about it. Hopefully, I have 1,000 followers by then.
So okay. Well, fantastic. So for Uncle Rod tonight with the game, hopefully y'all won. Auntie Nicole, hope everything's working out for you okay. For Mel, whatever. So for Uncle Roy, Uncle DJ, Uncle Percy, and Uncle Amayou.
What about your talk?
Power to the writers.
Your radio show, John.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Uncle, Grumpy Old Uncle on the AMP app on Tuesdays. Please listen and check us out where we play music and talk about stuff. So for everybody here and the people I just mentioned, you all have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Night-night.